Well, y'all, if there's a such thing as justice, then we got Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. Before we get into this video, make sure you hit like, share my videos, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Also, make sure that your notifications are on and they're set to all. Now, let's get into this. But first, quick commercial break. Now, here's a fact for you. Florida is reigniting debate after it just rolled out its Don't Tread on Me license plate earlier this month. Drivers in the Sunshine State can now order Don't Tread on Me license plates, complete with the yellow and black image from the Gaston flag from the Revolutionary War. That great Governor Ron DeSantis announced that the sales from the plates will go to veteran organizations. This is a proud moment for patriots across the country. But what about the rest of us in the other 49 states? So listen closely, because I'm about to reveal a new way to showcase Don't Tread on Me without a license plate. The new version of the Don't Tread on Me flag is the United We Stand Gold Challenge coin. The outer ring of this gold challenge coin states, United We Stand, and commands anyone to not tread on me. Carry this United We Stand coin in your pocket, in your gear, or in your vehicle as a reminder of the responsibilities that we have as patriots to defend our country. In addition to being an honorable accessory to your everyday carry, it doubles as a gift-worthy collectible that will last for generations. Thousands of satisfied Americans proudly carry their United We Stand coin everywhere that they go. Now, can you imagine making a lifelong friend because another patriot saw this coin and decided to strike up a conversation? Try, review, and inspect the United We Stand coin with your own hands, risk-free for 60 days, simply by going to www.unitedwestandcoin.com or simply clicking on the link below. It's free, just cover shipping. This is time sensitive, so hurry up. Now, after entering your details, you'll receive your United We Stand coin to your doorstep in a few short days. Now, let's get to this video. What's going on, America? Kevin from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. And I know I made a big statement right there because we've been trying to show for several years now a lot of the corruption that's come out of the Biden crime family, the Hillary Clintons and the Barack Obamas and the FBI and all of this stuff that we as conservatives see that's going on, taking place right up under our nose. And it appears that all of this evidence is laid out there in plain sight, like Adam the Schiff with the pencil neck, bubble eyes, watermelon shaped face is always claiming, but yet he never shows the evidence. Well, it appears that we have the evidence, more evidence to really add to all of the current evidence that we already have. But Byron Donald from Florida had a chance to testify in Congress, and he's talking about something that's very serious that shows that Joe Biden and Hunter Biden could be compromised. Now, I've always been wondering, what's the big deal, man? Why is everybody pushing so hard for the Green New Deal? Why is everybody pushing so hard for us to switch to using batteries for everything? And we just saw this bill that was passed. All of the Democrats, when they get on TV, when they have to address, is this going to solve the inflation problem? Is this going to show a return in Americans' pockets immediately? They all seem to direct us towards purchasing battery cars and stuff like that. Well, of course it will. If you get a rebate, you have to invest $17,000 with putting solar panels up on top of your house. And then don't forget, you got to buy a new car. And then therefore, if you spend 50 or 60 grand on a car, you'll get some rebates and some kickbacks, and you'll save a little bit of gas money, all of those things. And I'm saying, wow, your response to the pain that people are feeling at the pumps is simply to look at buying an electric car. Who is going to benefit from this? Is it just simply going to be the car companies? Who's benefiting this? What is it in it for you as the Biden administration or Democrats or any of these people that's pushing all of this go clean with the Green New Deal and stuff? What is it in it for them? Do you think it's really because they're trying to save the environment and all of that stuff? So I'm pretty sure, probably like many of you, that there's always a hidden motive when it comes down to those Democrats and some of the legislation and ideas and policies that they push. They're never just to help us. So Byron Donald has a chance to testify, and he brings up some good points that every sane, rational thinking American, after hearing this, should wonder what the heck is going on. So let's check this intelligent brother out.
The purpose of the HRES is quite simple: to get information from the president with respect to the business dealings of his son. Now, the president has told us time and time again, frankly, it's a lie, but the president has told us time and time again that he has no idea what his son is actually doing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that is the dumbest thing we've all heard. I have 3 sons. I've been away from my sons for 10 days, but trust me, I know exactly what they're doing. It doesn't take me long to pick up a phone and ask or to find out.
Yeah. Kind of just like Joe Biden picked up that phone and called his son and said, hey, it's me, son. No need to hurry and call me back or anything, but I just want to let you know that I think you're in the clear. Now, what was he talking about? Because, see, last we heard from Joe, I don't know nothing about my son's dealings and stuff. He keeps that business to himself.
The president knows what his son is engaged in.
True.
What his son has primarily been engaged in is a mineral called cobalt.
What's
Let's
that?
educate the committee on cobalt. Cobalt is a mineral, a metal that is essential in the manufacturing of electric vehicles. Cobalt is one of the most important components of electric car batteries, solar panels, and other renewable energy sources. A Tesla long-range vehicle requires 10 pounds of cobalt, more than 400 times the amount of cobalt needed in a cell phone.
Whoa.
2/3 of the world's cobalt production comes from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Hunter Biden has been heavily involved in the 2016 sale of a cobalt mine in the Democratic Republic of the Congo to a company that is a Chinese company. He was very involved. The New York Times has reported on his level of involvement. So do you mean to tell me that Joe Biden, who was a former vice president of the United States, then candidate for the presidency of the United States, now president of the United States, had no idea that his son was engaged in the sale of a cobalt mine to a Chinese company at the same time when the centerpiece of Joe Biden's energy policy is electric cars in the United States and more green technology? I mean, come on, folks. That is just crazy.
It is just crazy. See, but you know what? The Democrats are crazy. See, and this is why I'm upset about this whole thing. Because if people are really trying to get to the bottom of corruption and stuff, while they're running around chasing Donald Trump over some archives, running around trying to impeach him over him telling people to go over and let your voices peacefully be heard, they are overlooking this man right here that's been involved in this type of corruption for years. On video saying, I told him to fire that prosecutor, and what do you know? Son of a gun. Next day he was fired. On video. His son making all of that money, that whole laptop with all of that evidence on it that the FBI had for years and didn't say anything about it. Tony Bobulinski, a witness coming out that was inside. He wasn't no witness like the Democrats brought in with the lady that talked about Trump went crazy in the beast, but yet she wasn't even in the beast. Tony Bobulinski had firsthand knowledge of everything that they were doing and was willing to testify that the big guy was Joe Biden, was willing to testify all of the meetings that he sat in with, all of this evidence and nothing into Joe. Are you kidding me? And yet, for some reason, all of these people come out and start talking about pushing the new Green Deal and getting all of these cars. Now, why in the world would they be doing this, especially when the product that we're going to need is coming from China? The same place where Joe Biden's son closed a $1.5 billion deal. Don't that seem a bit suspicious? Don't the FBI, do you think they would just stop for a second and say, you know, he could be compromised if he's willing to push our economy into destruction and by killing our fossil fuels, and yet at the same time boosting China's economy if they close this deal and be able to use the mineral that they're invested in over there in the Congo to provide all of these cars that they forcing us to buy by getting rid of our fossil fuels and destroying our economy with crippling our gas and our fuel industry. That right there seems a little suspicious when you have personally benefited from China, you and your son. Then your son is over here trying to close deals that would benefit him, and China's been known to do deals with Joe Biden's son, and you're telling me that Joe Biden knows nothing about this. You're telling me, as the president, you're not keeping tabs on your crackhead son because what he does can impact you. He should have a bail on him like he's a cat walking around the house so you'll know where he's at all times, because he's liable to get in trouble. But Joe said he ain't know nothing about it. But just so happened the product, the mineral that we're going to need for all of these electric cars are coming from the Congo that China's invested in, and yet all the Democrats seem to be pushing us in that direction. I wonder how many of them already start investing in that mineral. Let's continue.
You can sit here and try to lecture us about the leaks at Mar-a-Lago. Which, by the way, let me also state for the record for the American people, there have been no hearings, there have been no classified briefings about documents at Mar-a-Lago. So the members of Congress who are saying what they know, what they're talking about are leaks into the news media, which, by the way, are illegal.
True.
Leaks that are coming either A, from the Department of Justice, or B, from the FBI. We don't know because the press protects their sources. But if you're citing that, that is illegal information obtained by the press with active investigations. But let's go back to Hunter Biden. The ranking member is correct. There are changes by Joe Biden to the ability for Congress to get suspicious activity reports.
Lots of them.
I am a recovering banker. When we issue suspicious activity reports, it's not just thrown out like a mere bag of shells. It's done for specific reasons because there are concerns about criminalities surrounding the financial transaction. If Hunter Biden and other members of the Biden family have more than 100 suspicious activity reports, Congress does need to know about this. Because a funny thing's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Joe Biden is president of the United States. His son, who's not a kid, by the way, the man's 50 years old. He ain't a kid, okay? His son is running around the world cutting deals. His son is involved in suspicious activity reports where financial institutions are making that readily, or have actually drafted those documents. And Congress doesn't want to know. We don't want to have oversight now. I find it interesting. I think it's very clear that the members of the majority party do have a playbook when it comes to smearing their political opponents. They talked about several people, like Lois Lerner. Yeah, she was discriminating against Tea Party groups. That was a fact. Like Benghazi, yes, there was a dilatory effects at the Department of State that led to the death of four people that serviced our country and served our country. That did occur. And the one thing we already know is occurring, not through conjecture, because the documents of the transactions are quite clear. Hunter Biden was readily involved in the transactions dealing with Chinese companies for a mineral that is critical to the Democrat agenda with respect to the Green New Deal. If Congress should not investigate what's going on between Hunter Biden and Joe Biden, then I don't even know what we're doing here, folks. We might as well just wait till the midterms are over. I yield back.
Wow. I mean, laid out beautifully. And honestly, you're going to have to wait until the midterms is over, because we know the Democrats are not going to investigate their own. They're more interested in concoctioning and making up stuff to go after Donald Trump so that hopefully they could save their butts, because when power changes, all of this corruption right here that we obviously see and we know that's going on is going to come back and bite them. See, so that's why they're not interested in doing any of that stuff. And he made some wonderful points. I mean, heck, maybe one or two of those little alarms at the bank, that's one thing, but 100. And it's just suspicious to me that all of the push towards the Green New Deal and these battery-operated cars just happened to be going to be pushed by China or sold by China, and Hunter Biden is doing business with China. Now, I think that puts Joe in a compromising situation here. Unlike the Democrats, we have legitimate reasons to launch investigations or do some inquiries. We're not like them who falsify evidence, make up evidence, sit back and imply and infer. We have tons and tons of evidence that would warrant a real investigation, and yet they have none. But they go on those witch hunts to try to drum up some anyway. So I hope and pray that we win the House and the Senate, and all of those that chose to stay silent in regards to Joe Biden and his dealings with the son. If they're not involved, hey, whatever. But I'm pretty sure Joe and, of course, Hunter aren't the only Democrats who's in on this scheme. So if we blow the lid off of that, I want to know how many other of these people have any money invested in these batteries or this product or these minerals. I want to know. I want to know who's going to get paid, just like we need to know who within Fauci and all of those guys were getting some money, maybe a kickback from those pharmaceutical companies that were forcing that vaccination on everybody. We need to get to the bottom of all these things. Other than that, it appears that they want to protect their ongoing nest egg of using their power and their position to become very, very wealthy somehow, and yet they're public servants. I'm so mad at the FBI for taking that laptop and burying it because they knew that this man and his son was compromised. They allowed us to be put in this position, and look what's going on right now with China. China's taking over everything, and somebody needs to be held accountable. So God bless y'all, God bless America, and God bless that man right there who laid that argument out. Beautiful. Yeah, man. So the plot thickens. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. Take care. God bless y'all. God bless America. Don't forget to hit that like button. Share my videos. Find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those good things. And please check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. If you like their products, please click on the link below this video. Put Kevin in a promo code. You'll get a 20% discount. If you'd like to donate to Kevin's Corner, feel free. The links are below this video. If you want to be a part of my $2 a month club, also feel free to do that. All it entails is you simply dropping $2 a month into one of those links below the video. Or if you want, you can drop a nice big fat lump sum in there to offset the stuff that we know goes on with big tech. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Make sure that you are still subscribed. And finally, set your notification button to all, because YouTube is playing games, y'all. Now, God bless you. God bless America. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner.